All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome in. So in this one, I wanted to really share my thoughts on the Flight 2021 docu-series. Absolute spoiler alert, absolutely insane. Okay, this, if you're a Jet fan, chances are you've probably seen it, but if you have not checked this thing out, I definitely recommend it. And look, even if you're not a Jet fan, even if you're just a diehard football fan, you will like this. Okay, if you want to know kind of like this is kind of like how I'm wired, to be honest with you. I like figuring out and kind of just getting that behind the scenes look, just looking behind the curtain, figuring out the inner workings of an organization. I'm always wondering, what's the general manager saying on that phone call? Who's he talking to? What's Robert Saleh, the head coach, talking to Joe Douglas about? Like, what's being said in that conversation? And these little, documentary docu-series really shine a light on those, specific moments. And it's just awesome for fans. It's awesome for fans. And also, I do want to mention this at the end of this video. Some uniform news came out, right? Pretty much what I was saying was there's brand new uniform news that will be implemented in 2022. And I really want to ask you a question, but I'll save it for the end. I'm just really excited to see which direction you guys want to travel down. But anyway, going back to the series, the one thing that really kept popping into my head, not just, during every episode, but multiple times throughout every single episode, the Jets from, top down, the ownership, the front office, Joe Douglas, Robert Saleh and the coaching staff, down to the players, everybody's on the same page. Everybody is this is one football team, one direction, one heartbeat. Everybody is together. And it's funny because I actually talked a little bit about this in a Robert Saleh video, which I haven't posted yet, that should be coming out within the next couple of days. But I talked about it kind of feeling like the start of the Rex Ryan era a little bit, where it just seemed like players want to be here. Players want to play for the Jets. Players want to wear the green and white. There's not any sort of jump ship mentality. There's no sort of get me out of this nightmare situation. I really don't foresee another Jamal Adams situation happening, another Le'Veon Bell. I mean, think about all the players during the Adam Gase era that just aren't here anymore. Le'Veon Bell, Jamal Adams, Kelechi Osemele, Khalil, Sam Darnold. He's not here either. It's really crazy to think about because, we had some core pieces on this football team that just aren't here anymore. But look, the bottom line is this. The culture is changed, okay? The culture is changed, and it's changed for the better, and I love it. I love the energy. I love the enthusiasm. I love the electricity. This is what happens when you bring in a guy like Robert Saleh, a guy who comes in and unites the locker room. There's no sort of my office is down the hall mentality. None of that. Everybody's in this, from the players, the owner, whoever. If you are a member of the New York Jets organization, fans included, we are in it together. And that is what's amazing. That's what gets, that's what gets you fired up about being a fan. There's no sort of, who's going to throw the quarterback under the bus? Is the quarterback going to throw the coach under the bus? There's no questions like that anymore. And that's what's so awesome about everything. The players are fully bought in. The coaching staff is enthusiastic. They want to be here. We're installing 2 brand new systems. Probably my favorite part of the whole series was the whole Elijah Moore conversation, because that just gets you pumped, man. I love the Elijah Moore pick to begin with, but just to see these guys just rave about him being that like guaranteed first rounder, mid first round pick, 16th overall player. We got him at 34, and we get our guy in Elijah Vera Tucker. We trade away our third round picks. We get our guy in the first round, AVT, and Elijah Moore is still there at 34, and we still land, and we managed to land him. Crazy, man. It's crazy. It truly does feel like the tide is starting to turn with this football team. And call me crazy, call me a homer fan, call me optimistic, whatever you want to say. That's fine. But I truly feel I didn't have the same energy when Adam Gase got fired, and I'll try to find that video. When Adam Gase got hired. I not gonna lie, I was irritated. I kind of went into that hire with the mindset of, okay, I'm gonna support I'm going to try to be optimistic as much as I can, but I really did not think that that was the right hire. And I know a lot of Jet fans didn't like that hire, and Salah's in the building, and like we talked about before, it's just a complete 180. It's a whole new mindset. It's a all gas no brake mentality. The players just buy in, and that's what's so awesome about the whole thing, really. So let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. How did you like the docuseries? I keep running out of storage, but anyway, bottom line is this: Flight 2021 is great. If you haven't checked it out, again, if you are a Jet fan, you probably have seen it by now, but if you haven't, I'll leave it linked down below in the description box. Definitely recommend it. But the question before I end the video, with the new uniform rule being installed for 2022, which is that the teams can now wear a different helmet, right? They can bring back their retro helmet, which wasn't a thing. Like, you can bring back the retro logo. Think back to the Denver Broncos last couple seasons with the color rush, where they wore like all orange with their old logo, but it's the new helmet. So it just looked a little off. I mean, it was cool, but it just wasn't really the same. It just kind of looked a little odd. With this new rule, you can now change that. Okay, so what uniform do you want to see the Jets wear, 1, 2, maybe 3 times a year? I don't know how many times, teams will be allowed to kind of do this. I don't know if it's going to have the same schedule, but do you want to see the Jets bring back the New York Titans look, where it's navy and gold? The kind of the throwback 1980s where it says Jets like across the helmet, green helmets, white face mask. What else? The ones that we wore forever, right? The ones that we just changed from, which, going back to like watching like old highlights, man, I was watching some old, cause I was talking a little bit about Geno Smith in a video that I recently did. And I went back just to kind of rewatch a couple of his games, and those uniforms were just so nice. I can't get over how classic the Jets uniforms look, the old ones. I like the new ones that we wear now. I just don't love them. It's just something like, I like the color scheme, but I just don't like the slashes like right here, like that go like kind of right underneath the shoulders. Those the only, or right on top of the shoulders rather. That's the only thing that gets me. I think the helmets are awesome. I really like the colors, but it's just the slashes. The slashes bother me. But anyway, which uniform do you want to see? I'm down for any of them. I really like them all. The one that I think probably won't get brought back is like the Kelly green old ones that we wore with Sam Darnold. I think we wore it with Sam Darnold's rookie season. It was like a neon green chrome kind of face mask and logo. It was kind of strange. I like those ones, to be honest with you, but the Jets have a lot of options here, so I'm hoping we see something cool. And there's a bunch of cool edits too, like Zach Wilson in the old Jet uniform and the New York Titans uniform. I've kind of seen them floating around the internet, and they all look really good. So anyway, if I had to pick, I would probably go with the New York Titans. Honestly, I think I would probably go with that one. But anyway, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Thanks so much for watching. And also about the docuseries. How did you like it? I've DM'd a couple people, but first time posting a video about it. So anyway, thanks so much. And as always, go Jets.